Kṛṣṇa. In this video I am going to tell the 14th story from Kṛṣṇa book. Prayers offered by Lord Brahmā to Lord Kṛṣṇa. In the previous chapter, we have seen the stealing of the boys and calves by Lord Brahmā. Now let's start this story. Brahmā said, "My dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead. Therefore, I am offering my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. Your bodily features are of the color of clouds filled with water. You are glittering with a silver electric aura emanating from your yellow garments. Let me offer my respectful repeated obeisances unto the son of Maharaja Nanda, who is standing before me with conch shell, earrings and peacock feather on his head. His face is beautiful. He is wearing a helmet garlanded by forest flowers, and he stands with a morsel of food in his hand. He is decorated with cane and bugle, and he carries a buffalo horn and flute. He stands before me with small lotus feet. My dear Lord, people may say that I am the master of all Vedic knowledge, and I am supposed to be the creator of the universe. But it has been proved now that I cannot understand your personality, even though you are present before me just like a child. You are appearing just like a village boy, carrying your food in your hand and searching for your calves. And yet, there is so much difference between your body and mine that I cannot estimate the potency of your body. As I have already stated in the Brahmā Samhiti, your body is not material." Brahmā continued, "Your appearance as a cowherd child is for the benefit of the devotees. And although I have committed offences at your lotus feet by stealing away your calves, boys and cows, I can understand that you have mercy upon me. That is your transcendental quality. You are very affectionate towards your devotees. When I, Lord Brahmā, cannot estimate the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what to speak of others? And if I cannot understand the spiritual potency of your childlike body, then what can I understand about your transcendental pastimes? The best process of understanding you is to hear about you. Simply by hearing about you, one can gradually conquer the nescience of misunderstanding. By your own grace only, you become revealed to a devotee. You are unconquerable by any other means. One should therefore engage himself in your devotional service even in his worldly activities, and one should always keep himself near you by the process of hearing and chanting your transcendental glories. Simply by being attached to hearing and chanting of your glories, one can attain the highest perfectional stage and enter into your kingdom. A person who has attained steadiness of mind by fixing mind on the lotus feet of the Lord is able to understand the Supreme Lord to some extent. As described in the beginning of the Vedanta Sutra, the Supreme Person is the origin of all qualities. He is generally called Nirguna. His qualities cannot be estimated. Lord Brahmā presented himself to Lord Kṛṣṇa as the most presumptuous living creature because he wanted to examine the wonder of his personal power. He stole the boys and calves of the Lord in order to see how Lord would recover them. Coming to his senses, Lord Brahmā saw that although he was a powerful living creature within this material world, in comparison to the power and energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his power was nothing. Lord Brahmā then admitted that his birth was from the lotus flower which blossomed from the navel of Narayana after the dissolution of the three worlds or three planetary systems known as Bhurloka, Bhuvarloka and Swaraloka. The universe is divided into three divisions, namely Swarga, Martya and Patala. These three planetary systems are merged into water at the time of dissolution. At that time, Narayana, the plenary portion of Kṛṣṇa, lies down on the water, and gradually a lotus stem grows from his navel, and from that lotus flower Brahmā is born. It is naturally concluded that the mother of Brahmā is Narayana. Lord Brahmā wanted to prove that Krishna is the original Narayana. Brahma said, "My dear Lord, in this incarnation, you have proved that you are the supreme controller of Maya. You remain within the cosmic manifestation, and yet the whole creation is within you. This fact has already been proved by you when you exhibited the whole universe creation within your mouth before your mother Yashoda. Persons who are unaware of your inconceivable energy cannot understand that you alone expand yourself as the creator Brahma, maintainer Vishnu, and annihilator Shiva. Actually, you are alone everything, creator, maintainer, and annihilator. Similarly, you expand yourself in different incarnations. My conclusion is, therefore, that you are the Supreme Soul, Absolute Truth, and the Supreme Original Person. My dear Lord, I pray that I may be so fortunate that in this life or in another life, whenever I may take my birth, I may be counted as one of your devotees. Whenever I may be, I pray that I may be engaged in your devotional service. I am not interested in either material opulences or liberation. I am most humbly praying at your lotus feet for you to please give me any sort of birth within this Vrindavana forest, so that I may be able to be favored by the dust of the feet of the devotees of Vrindavana. I can see that everyone here is simply full of Krishna consciousness. They do not know anything but Mukunda. All the Vedas are indeed searching after the lotus feet of Krishna. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that the purpose of Vedic knowledge is to find Krishna, but he is very easily available through the mercy of pure devotees. The pure devotees of Vrindavana are fortunate because they can see Mukunda, Lord Krishna, all the time. In this way, Lord Brahma, the master of this universe, after offering humble and respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and circumambulating him for 3 times, was ready to return to his abode known as Brahmaloka. By his gesture, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gave him permission to return. As soon as Brahma left, Lord Sri Krishna immediately appeared as he had on the very day the cows and cowherd boys had vanished. Krishna has left his friends on the bank of the Yamuna while they were engaged in lunch, and although he returned exactly 1 year later, the cowherd boys thought that he had returned within a second. His friends could not understand that for 1 whole year they were absent from the Yamuna bank and were under the spell of Brahma's illusion. When Krishna appeared before the boys, they thought Krishna has returned within a moment. They began to laugh, thinking that Krishna was not willing to leave their lunchtime company. They were very happy and invited him. "Dear friend Krishna, you have come back so quickly. All right, we have not as yet begun our lunch, not even taken 1 morsel of food. So please come and join us and let us eat together." Krishna smiled and accepted their invitation, and he began to enjoy the lunchtime company of his friends. After finishing their lunch, Krishna and his friends and calves began to return to their Vrajabhumi homes, and soon they all reached their homes. All the inhabitants of Vrindavana saw beautiful Krishna entering the village. The boys composed nice songs describing how they were saved from being swallowed by the great serpent and how the serpent was killed. "He is so wonderful that he saved us from the clutches of the great serpent and killed him," they said. Thus Krishna's childhood appearance, his sporting with Balarama in Vrindavana, was described. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 14th chapter of Kṛṣṇa. Prayers offered by Lord Brahma to Lord Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.